Is it common for like a big game like Metroid Prime 4 to just like get scrapped like that and reboot it like that? Is it common to like reboot games like that?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Like this on. There we go. Man, I kind of want to have a big company someday so I can do a lot of things differently and just not care. People want all this job security. I think that's what's getting in the way. Like, I cannot promise you that you will still be working here tomorrow. Now, do what you can do. No one's gonna do that. Okay, no one's showing up in the room. I built it for you three. I'll be home in a bit. Okay. Johnny enthusiast. Room open.
Uh, Thursday. Did not see.
Got a lot to plan this weekend. It's always this way though. Got to plan all those drills, record footage, come up with a media strategy, come up with a strategy for the locals, figure out how many locals I can actually go to, because those tournaments are exhausting. It's just a bunch of sitting around, you know, for teenagers that don't have anywhere else to go and didn't come home from a long day of work. That's pretty ideal. We call that
Yeah,
hanging out.
I tried going into my local today, but I missed the sign up by like a few minutes. So I'm just here in my house again.
What kind of other mic do you use?
Like my normal mic?
Yeah, it's so much like deeper and crisper. I just don't know what type it is.
It's a mic I bought like from AliExpress, I think. I don't know what brand it is. It was just like a cheap mic. I could try checking it right now.
So funny. A lot of people have gotten their practice routines up, and it mostly involves doing what they've always done before, and then kind of checking in every now and then. I'm surprised more people. I mean, people just like whatever grinding it out on online, than like coming back here, having a stable group of people and training specific skills. A lot of that is you have to really scaffold it for them. You have to be like, look, it's a list of things. Can you get to the bottom of the list? I need to go by Target tomorrow. Ba, 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 ba. Tony, get into the. You're still selecting.
Do you want to get like a projectile character, or you just want to play it for a second?
You just do whatever. You do your normal character. We can do the same drills that we were doing yesterday.
And what were those?
So basically, the first thing we'll do is you'll do your forward air, and you'll jump forward air, and then I'll jump forward air like that. But we're gonna both move in the same direction across the stage without hitting each other. So you have to do whatever it takes not to hit each other.
Can I like adjust my jump height and all that?
Well, they're short hops. They're all short hops.
Okay. Oh, so we're just gonna do shortcut. Okay.
Well, you can do whatever, however you want, but I'm gonna use the normal short hop. And you take turns, and you just keep. No, don't reset. Back over here. Now you keep moving in the same direction. Yep. Don't try not to hit. So you don't dash. And you probably need to use the C stick to get the appropriate. Yeah. You can try to get as close as possible. Wow, it's hard to short hop with my new jump button. Guess that'll be something I'll practice. And then we move backwards. Oh, you take turns. You get one area. Yep. Back. Just flew away. You walked forward, didn't you? Don't do that. Okay, I'll do too close.
Reset her. Okay.
Too close, but that's back up. That's a lot of backup. You gotta be able to move it just a little bit.
Okay, I'm dashing out. That's right.
So yeah, like a lot of this is a neutral jump up, and then I tap forward and then on the C stick, and then I move backwards with the left stick. Yeah, much better. Okay, now we'll go backwards. Yeah, you have to move a little backwards, because you're the one leading now. And I'll try to match your distance. I'm cutting it close. Wow. All the way to the edge. There you go. Now we go back, because we'll try to get as fast as possible so that we're like just smooth.
Is this a spacing exercise?
It builds neutral. It kind of shows you, one, if you have any control over your character to aim, because a lot of what people don't underestimate is that when you're moving, you're actually aiming a lot, and if you're just generically swinging at where they are, then you're gonna not be as good. So this is like, wow, I had to duck to dodge that one. That was a little too close. Yeah, if you see them
like
too close, you have to delay your forward air. Back up. There you go. That was close. Tiny little amounts. Cool.
No, I should use Wario. So it's easier.
Well, maybe it shouldn't be easier. I don't even know how Wario.
Like Wario forward air is just a little stubby kick.
That was close. I mean, the point is to be as close as possible, so whether it's stubby or not, the challenge is control. Okay, that's good. So then the second step is like, okay, now the rule is you always take turns jumping and you never jump until the other person has done their air attack, and we're doing one air attack each. The goal is still not to hit your opponent, and you can start with forward air, but then you can start doing different ones.
Okay.
Oh, you jumped. I saw that. And do whatever it takes not to hit them, and they could be moving around, so you really got to be like, be careful, right? Oh, that was weird. No, you jumped. I saw that. I didn't attack yet. You gotta wait. Oh, I didn't mean to dash right. You jumped. Oh, I jumped. You gotta wait. So you're moving around on the ground. You can adjust your spacing a little bit, but the goal is not to hit them still. And you have to figure out how you want to move and still throw an attack that gets close. And you don't jump until the other person does their attack. So you gotta stay on the ground. Oh, close. You jumped. Nah, I already did.
You go where I go.
I already did mine. Oh. Actually, like reacting to the fact that they actually attack is hard, because if I aim to jump, you can't jump. Like, you cannot jump until I attack. You're still on the ground.
Oh,
That's the hard part. So they can just do that, and you still have to just move around, right? And then when they attack, then you can do your turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Got you again. You're not reacting. Nope. Got you again. You're not waiting till you actually hear or see an attack. You're just going on rhythm. So like you actually have to look and wait. Yep, you didn't wait. Again. So that's like, apparently people get used to just jumping around throwing attacks in this game, but they're actually not looking at your opponent at all. In general, they know where their position is, but they're not actually waiting to do what they want to do based on what their opponent's doing. So that's like why that exercise is tricky for a lot of people. Oh, AG, cool. He can jump in.
I want to do it one more
even,
time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's not even in the queue yet, so yeah, this drill has 4 stages. I mean, it's so easy to come up with drills. I really do have to produce them in a little video so people can actually do them. Okay, so like we're still on stage 2. So you don't hit each other, but you still trade. Yeah, and then you can move around in the meantime. If you have to stand still, stand still. But otherwise, oop. Oh, you hit me. The hard part is they can move however they want, right? You have to really make sure you get attacked close, but not hitting them. But if I know you can't jump, this is a pretty safe place, right? Like, that's the idea. You're hedging, and you're like, well, if you can't jump, then... Oh, you jumped. That was 2. I saw that. And then you try to move with purpose, right? You, like, pick different spots on the field to, like, get to or to move between. That's another interesting drill I just came up with, but we'll keep doing this one. Oop, too low. There we go. So if you're too close, sometimes you're gonna have to opt for an up air or a back air if I'm like right in front of you, right? Like, yeah, you have to really just like see. You jumped. I just did a down tilt. That's not an air attack. Oh, there we go.
Holy freaking. Okay, so.
See, if I know you have to air attack, I'm actually gonna move differently, knowing that your next thing is gonna be a jump attack. So then the next stage is interesting. You have your up tilt. And normally up tilts are pretty slow, but the idea is you're gonna try to find a place to get that up tilt in. The only time you can up tilt is when you cannot do a jump attack. So when your opponent has yet to attack, it's the only time you can try to fit an up tilt. The up tilt is trying to hit, and everything else is trying to miss.
Okay.
So like if I do this, and then I see you go up, I might try to stick that in, right? So like you're not trying to get hit, but you're still not trying to hit me, which is interesting. So then I go back to this, and then I'm on the ground. This. I mean, let's see. Okay. You should have jumped there. I got my move out. Oop. I should have up aired right there. You gotta be jumping when I'm waiting. Interesting. Yeah, the more you wait to do your attack, I'm just gonna try to get one of those off. It's still your turn. Yeah, you shouldn't have been jumping there too. Like after you did your attack, you had to stay on the ground. It's interesting.
Okay.
It's kind of a lot to think about, but in general, you're not in any danger if you're on the ground, basically. Make sure those are air attacks. You have to do your air attack as your next attack if it's your turn, because the other person's just waiting. Ooh, interesting.
Sorry.
Ooh. Yeah, you shouldn't have jumped there. That's why I keep kicking him like, oh, why is he even in the air? Yeah, you only can be in the air when your turn. Nice. You got away from my... Oh, I shouldn't have jumped. Yeah, so it's hard for a lot of people to switch back and forth between like trying to get their opponent and then trying to be more indirect.
Yeah, just kind of like patting your head while rubbing your stomach type of deal.
Huh?
Like, you know, like the whole thing where you like pat your head while like rubbing your stomach at the same time.
Yeah, doing switching between two different things or having two different things in mind is difficult for people. Looks like AG is still hanging in the wings, so we'll try the next step then.
It's the fourth one, right?
Hmm?
This is the fourth step now?
We're gonna go on to the, what was it? That was step...
The third one, right?
That was 3, so 4 is basically like, okay, once you get a good sense of like, oh, when I expect my opponent to be coming down or being on the ground, I can do this aerial and then get back close into the action. You do that for a bit and you understand really how well your attacks fit together when missing. Then what a lot of people don't realize is hitting them is really just a matter of slightly changing your aim rather than changing your mentality. So right there we practiced a lot of don't get hit, but we did it in the inverse. We practiced a lot of don't hit them. So it's going to be easy to make that switch. But we also took turns because the game naturally has a turn flow. If you didn't realize it, like when somebody goes down and you go up, it's kind of hard for you to hit each other, even if you have sweeping attacks. So once you get used to that rhythm, step 4 is basically you can jump and attack all you want. The only ground move you can use is still the up tilt, but you can use any aerial and you can jump whenever you want. And now the goal is to hit each other. Like now the goal is to try to get these moves off.
Up to the right.
Yeah, like moving backwards right there and attacking forward is exactly what the first step of that thing was all about. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, in the exercise I barely used the entry layer because it's just hard to like not hit something with it. You know what I mean? Almost 260. So now that I'm using it here, like it takes up all the spaces that I was avoiding.
You also know how hard it is for them to hit you now that when we were trying to miss, it was hard. You're like, oh, I know exactly what makes it hard and what makes it easy, right? Like I can see your movement, I can carefully be at the edge and ready to crash in with one of these. Oh, my dashing up tilt. It's supposed to be invincible.
Oh,
the jump up from the ledge got forward tilted. Jeez.
I'm trying to think I'm trying to play the game too fast.
I mean, that's what we did the whole turn taking, so you could really get a sense of what you can do on your turn. Now you're just jumping wildly. Like, I don't... And you can also spot dodge a lot of stuff.
Oh.
You get roared. Oh, you ducked slightly down with your up tilt. Now that I know the rhythm, I know exactly when your attacks are most likely going to be coming out. Oh, up tilt. I need to get the C-stick ready.
Oops, sorry.
Yep, that forward tilt was not supposed to be a forward tilt. Ah, barely missed. Yeah, it teaches you better to hold your ground. When you have better expectations and clues about the ins and outs of your attacks, like when they can actually get you and when they can't, you learn how to take your time based on those factors instead of just like, well, do I be aggressive by doing everything as soon as possible, or do I, make it up? Like, it's not about making it up. It's about knowing what's hard for them to hit, knowing what's easy for them to hit.
Yep.
What's up?
Not much. Okay. So what are we doing?
You've already done the aerial practice, or you watched it?
I watched a bit of it, yeah.
Okay, so we can start from zero. We take turns doing short hop forward airs, moving forward and back along the stage without hitting each other. So I'll start.
Right.
Oh, that's not a short hop at all. Friendly short hops are difficult. And then we go backwards.
Okay.
Oh. The interesting part is if you're too close, you pretty much have to delay your forward air, and you really have to decouple them. Oop. Yeah, and you always need to fade back if you're the lead person. So you have to jump before you dash if you want to use that analog movement. Like this right here, I'm gonna jump and like slightly move forward every time. That's pretty subtle movement. Like you have to know how to slightly move the stick and jump straight up to get that. And if we take turns, we should be able to go like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, just slowly inching forward and backwards.
Yeah.
And if you hit the C-stick too early, your character moves forward automatically, which is weird. So more things to... And now we'll go backwards. You're dashing an awful lot.
Yeah, I just got on. I haven't warmed up or
Yeah,
anything yet.
it's all good. Cool. And then you try to get as fast as possible. Ideally, we would be able to go like this. Wait, how fast can we? 1, 2, 3. Oh, move backwards. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
At least we're not hitting each other. That's good.
Yeah, but I'm not doing short hops, so that's a bit of a problem there.
Oh, nice dodge. Cool. And I'm only adjusting when I actually see the space is good. That's another cool thing. Like, you're using your eyes really carefully to be like, is it really good time to fade forward or is it not? And like, you have to make decisions based on that instead of just like, I'm gonna keep going forward no matter what. That's pretty good. So now level 2 is we take turns doing the aerials. You can full hop, you can do whatever, but the idea is the other person never jumps until the other person, they react to the actual aerial. And you're not trying to hit me, but you're trying to get as close as possible. Now, you know I can't jump into your aerial, but I can move however I want on the ground. So you not hitting me may involve you changing up your attack or delaying or doing all kinds of stuff. Oh.
Shit.
Seems like you're just picking attacks. You can start off easy, right? Just aim where they're not. And then... Ooh.
I got Toxin in here and he's getting 3 stocks.
Oh, in your
No, not
wait, Toxin. Oh, Toxin is Toxin.
Toxin's K-Riz.
Yes. All right. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Oop, I didn't mean to hit. I should have done a forward air there, AG. When I saw that you were beneath me, I had a choice to make.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna go mute.
Okay, there. Try different attacks. You don't have to stand still on the ground. Yeah, you're supposed to keep your movement up. If there's some like movement that you want to incorporate, now is a good chance to do it. Like I could do one of these. Oh, I can't do it online. There we go. That would be my aerial if I could pull it off.
I still don't know what you're on. Okay, that.
The turnaround detail, A cancel. Oop. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to do whatever I actually can pull off. So you have to wait till I actually attack. It's gotta be an aerial.
Okay.
Ah, nice. Oh, you just chose fair. Yeah, the cool part is you try to get this as fast as possible too. I guess I didn't realize how cool that. Oh, keep beating you up. I jumped on accident.
When you're like just so used to hitting people in this game.
Ah, I could be dead. Oh. Yeah, like when I'm that close, you know I can't jump, so you should probably done a up air.
Yeah.
A buffered up air can't hit me, right? Like from the ground.
Let's see.
Oh wow, that move.
Okay.
Well, enjoy that.
I will. Okay.
Ah, nice. You're actually looking. So now the next, well, we'll wait this time out. And by wait, I mean, yeah!
Come on, man.
That cat.
So what's next?
Okay, so next is you get, for you it's a jab or up tilt. You pick one or the other. I think up tilt. Oh, Tony's in. Tony,
Yeah.
you can do it with AG. I'm gonna drop out so you guys can do it and I can just spectate.
Same exercise?
Yeah. Tony's on level 3 as well, so and like now you're on level 3. What you do is since you're actually taking turns before you can jump, whenever it's not your turn to jump, you can do any of your ground movement, any of your shielding, any of your dodging. But what you're trying to hit is as many up tilts as possible, and in order to stop your opponent from up tilting, you got to jump and do your aerial because it forces them to then do their aerial. So you're taking turns, but also trying to find a really good opportunity to put in that anti-air. And the faster you do your aerial, the less time they have to anti-air you. But you're still not trying to hit each other with the aerial, but you are trying to hit each other with the up tilt.
Okay.
So all your aerials are feigns basically, and all your up tilts are trying to hit. Wow, interesting. He was doing his aerials like you. Your aerials are a little fast. I don't know if you're actually reacting, but you actually have to take turns. We'll see. We'll see what you're up to. Oh, yeah, and when it's your turn to do an aerial, you have to do it as your next attack. You can't do any other ground moves. Ah, good. It was his turn to do an aerial, and you just sniped him. He could have shielded, right? You still have all your defensive options. You have spot dodge, you have shield, but the rules are those 3 things. Huh. So up tilts are not easy. You're gonna have to try feeling out the space, Tony, because right now, like, he's not falling for him. So you gotta find a different way to move, a different way to feign, a different way to get in there and be closer than you normally are. And the only way to be closer is to have your aerial be closer, right? But the goal is not to hit him, so that's part of the challenge. Oh, cool. Someone's in the YouTube chat. Let's see.
Alright, you go.
Yeah, he got his aerial out. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and you can't jump until it's your time to aerial. So there's a lot of sort of just jumps that you've been doing on rhythm. So you really have to wait and watch. There's no problem in waiting, but the only thing you can get if you're waiting is up tilted. But you still have shield, right? You still got you still got plenty of other things to do. Oh. Yeah, that's an interesting one. He basically did an aerial without being conscious of where you were standing. And even though normally you're trying to miss, you're still not trying to get hit. So those 2 objectives together are difficult to maintain. Especially with so much changing, so many changing positions. And if you don't want him to respond and hit you with an aerial, which, you know, you're not supposed to hit him, then you can delay your aerial, AG. You don't have to actually attack every time you jump.
Okay.
You tilt him. Yeah, there you go. Tony's just waiting. Get him again. Get him again. Keep getting it. Yeah, no jumping. Somebody started or whatever. There you go. Tony asleep?
I think so. Oh shit.
It's very strange exercise, but yeah, it's your turn, Tony. You're being slashed. Well, there you go. And then no jumping until he's done his attack. Yeah. Looks like Tony's just jumping all over the place. Stop jumping, Tony. There you go. You can move, do more dashes, Tony. You're just standing there. You can walk.
No, he's deafened.
Is that an AI?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The AI would be doing other things.
Yeah.
I'm all paranoid because they did that to us with Brawl, I think. Smash 4.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, if you know he can't hit you with the aerial, you gotta move in right after you do your aerial and get in the position. And then he has to basically compensate, yeah, and then he's gotta compensate for you, and then it's an interesting push and pull. Get him,
I don't know,
Tony.
it's weird because he's just like jumping at his own pace.
If he takes too long, get your anti-air in. And that's really all you need to worry about. And if you, yeah. Now get him. There you go. Close. Yeah, Ike's up till slow, so it's not gonna be easy for you, man. There you go. Yeah, you do. Now you're doing an attack and looking immediately for opportunities. He still hasn't jumped. Get him. He still hasn't attacked. Get him. He hasn't attacked. It's interesting when you make that mental switch. Like, wait a minute. Cut him. Keep cutting him. Don't stop. And then right when you see the area, like, okay, now I have to do X. And then I get back into it. It's a way of playing. Most people just kind of go on autopilot and just take what they're given. So now we'll do layer 4. Which is basically you can jump anytime you want. You can do any area you want. You're trying to hit everything, but you're only restricted to on the ground that one up tilt. But then you can use all your aerials.
Okay. Let's just watch this.
I don't even know if Tony can hear us, so maybe he should drop out. Okay. We'll see what Tony does.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, there he goes. Hello?
Alright, Tony. We'll do layer 4. You ready? You only can use aerials. You're trying to hit them. And the only ground move you can use that's an attack is your up tilt. So now you're fighting with mostly your aerials. Up tilt. Oh, wow. Should not stick my leg out. Yep, up tilt. I need to start using that C stick. Yep, grab. Jump over there. I should have been a neutral there. What's wrong with my internet? I got a wired connection.
So do I.
Maybe it's I didn't even put it in a different USB port, but it was fine. So I just don't know. Sometimes I feel like the internet's trying to kick me just because I'm using it. Is Incineroar scratching the grass when he shields?
Toxin just got bodied by day one Palutena.
This is not getting better. This is not getting better. Let's see.
It doesn't even let me quit out.
Yeah. Why, internet? Why is this connection is really bad? But the water looks nice.
Where are you watching the Austin game?
Where am I watching the Austin game?
Yeah, somebody mentioned Austin.
Oh, he said Toxin. He's got a guy from the Discord chat over at his apartment named Toxin.
Okay.
Come on, internet. Two people with wire connections. What's going on here?
Okay, time to run off the
This
stage.
is I'm fucking downloading something. No, I'm not downloading anything. Well,
It says no dropped frames on my stream, so I guess it's just... obnoxious.
Your skills were remarkable.
Chung 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 chung. We'll see if it was me.
I'm gonna spectate this one. Never mind. Okay.
You will do no such thing.
Okay. So only aerials and up tilt?
Yeah. Do the best you can to kill him.
3, 2, 1,
That's still lagging.
go!
That's really bad, actually.
1 second.
It's really bad. Everything's delayed by like at least a full second or two.
Jeez. So now Tony drops out and we'll see. Does the game even know that it's lagging? Then why
Not yet.
isn't it apologizing? Apologize. I'm through a lot of the tech that came in recently.
Anything cool?
New tech, crown bouncing and crown squatting. Okay.
Your skills
He was something.
remarkable.
You can use the jump squat to get rid of the crown catch animation, or do something with it. And I don't know what crown bouncing is. Oh, I guess you wave bounce after when you catch it. Okay, that makes sense. It's a 7-minute and 43-second. Tony, you drop out.
Yeah.
7-minute and 43-second video on crown bouncing.
It's better.
Oops, no dash tags. Can't do anything to me. Ah, you got me.
No jumpers.
Insane.
Oh shit. Okay.
I thought this would not come out. Yep. Get away from that. That's my F smash. faded slightly backwards. Saved my life. Cool, that worked.
Yes.
I won.
It also gives you a good sense of your dependency on other moves to round out your offense. I felt like Incineroar couldn't do a lot unless I like shielded, because you have a sword, and all of his aerials have landing lag, so like you're faster. And you have a sword, so I'm like, maybe if I play off the ground, and I learned how to use double jump. I'm like, I need to get up and over his forward air, but you only get one aerial per jump too. You, me, Brawler, Incineroar, very similar. So if I get out of the way, I can come in confidently. Enough. I need to use neutral air more because I need active frames, because a lot of my energy is spent moving out of the way. You have no jump. That head's invincible. Oh, get up. You have to really think about your defensive options and like the specific timing of them now. At least I do. I was like, I have no good ideas. I just waited for it. Oh, I missed. You just barely crouched down with your jump squat. You barely missed it.
Foot still.
No, Incineroar.
Yes. Wanna see if Tony's doing better now?
Sure.
There's any.
The future is not written.
Let's try again.
Yeah, you see a lot of really confident high-level players just seemingly doing all these like random things, and you're like, why is he attacking over there in the corner? Like, he's already sharpening his mind. He knows what he's looking for. He's coming for you. Get in there, you two. And the time that you spent thinking, why is he over there? It's too late. You are already behind.
I can kind of feel it.
Somebody stole your internet.
What the? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm on a wired connection. It's just not working. Where's his time zone, man? Like, where you at? AG?
650. It's
Or,
like,
yeah.
I mean, not. I mean, like,
oh.
what coast are
I'm
you
in
at?
Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas? Man,
Yeah.
I'm in Florida. Maybe that's it?
I don't think so,
Maybe
because
there's
I've
a
played people
storm.
in Europe. No, there's nothing
Here's
wrong over
high.
here. I've played people in Europe and I haven't had lag this bad.
Uh,
Our ISPs just probably don't like each other. Anyway, it's too late to really try anything with this.
Yeah. And another interesting thing is there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to limit yourself and sharpen your mind this way in a real match. Like, you don't need to use all your moves. It's not like you won't when you really want to.
Yeah.
But it gives you like one more style of neutral that you probably wouldn't have used otherwise. And now, I guess layer 6. You hit that random character.
Random.
Yeah. You hit that random character and then you go in and you're like, I'm gonna use aerials. With just aerials and up tilt, the game isn't super complex, right? There's not specials, there's not all these other things you gotta worry about.
Yeah.
And you see if we can, I guess, like, if we were, no, Tony, your connection's bad. We could work it up from stage 1, or we could go straight to stage 4. Oh, interesting. Heavies. That's straight to 4. Oop, wrong button.
4 was which one again?
Ooh, back air has a lot of lag. Wow. I won't be doing that into the ground. Oop, I was supposed to be down air. I saw this combo in the database today. Neutral air into back air. I think it was on a Donkey Kong, maybe? Aww. I had to get you with like the first
I
hit
don't know if I
neutral
told
air,
you
the last
this.
hit.
A Bowser meme at my local told me about like follow-ups with Bowser's neutral air. Like depending on what hit
Yeah.
you land, you get like a different angle, and if you know the angle, you can follow it up consistently. That's what he told me.
You can still shield. There's no fear of being grabbed. You can still shield. Wow, that's a lot of lag. I shouldn't just throw that out. Donkey Kong's back air is its most utility. You're not using it. I don't even know if you know Donkey Kong at all, but yeah, back air is like you can do 2 in a short hop.
I haven't.
Wait, you had like that, like no lag at all. You can do that.
Or you just can do 2 in a short hop. It's lag.
Okay.
That was an up tilt. Oh, nice up tilt. Your hands are invincible for that. And oop, no jab.
Okay.
Hard, very different. These characters have better up tilts. They sweep. They're invincible. Other characters, each other can't get down as easily. You could have easily shielded like all my my down airs, but then like what do you do from there? Donkey Kong can like back air, back air, back air, but you got to get him on the right percentage, and there's all these other things to consider. So while we're scrapping for hits, you can start to see like, oh.
Yeah, I tried to contest a lot of the down air from up tilt when I should have just shielded.
Hmm. That's a good up tilt. You have no arrows. Oop, jump for it. These characters are much faster. That changes other things. Oop, can't have to. Good job.
No.
It's so hard to kill without your full set of smashes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about
The only
kills,
thing that
though.
you can do is that, but
Yeah, down here is a kill move. No down tilts. Too many pit habits. That's another pit. Oh. Yeah, you started to fit in those up tilts in ways I've never sort of done before now that you can dash into up tilt. So you're like, oh, you want to jump a lot? And I'm like, oh, noise. So then I tried it. I'm like, interesting. I did the my first ever like dash back into place up tilt, because that's pretty much all I was considering. I'm like, well, I don't want to be here, and I know he's coming in with the aerial, so I'm gonna go out in. Oh.
Right. Let's see.
I knew I was gonna get Olimar. It was just a matter of time.
3, 2, 1, go!
Annoying. Back air should kill an aerial. Hard to hit me because I'm tiny. Just going to focus on something else. Up tilt. It's supposed to be on. Neutral air is the aerial of neutral. Oops. Yeah, it's active. Oop, that's not up tilt. Ra, ra, ra.
I guess. I'm not used to the way Fox like falls.
It's pretty crazy. That was an A canceled reverse fair.
From you?
You like dash forward and went backwards with an aerial fair. I'm like, oh, it's crispy. Killed it. So now that you see me on the ground, a lot of your aerials need to be like neutral layers while fading away. You need to jump before you get close, and then figure out how you want to fade. So the more fade you get, you do it from full hops. You jump in, you kind of line yourself up, and you're like, do I fade forward or do I fade back? And they all should be nairs. Forward airs aren't used for that. And you can recover quickly enough that you just get out of there and maybe try another neutral layer. You can do a lot with just neutral layer. Ooh, nice. Even though my up tilt's an anti-air, she's not that good, right? You can see it's not that good. It's good on the ground when it's multi-hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's the forward air. Yeah. Ooh, my Pikmin. No. Ooh. Now I got a different crew.
I see. I kind of see that.
Yeah, like you're starting to get it. Like, oh wait, neutral air, but you didn't get to the point where you're like, I'm using this as a feign, right? You were like, I gotta hit this little dude, but most of the stages of the training drill was not hitting him, right? So you never figured out, even because normally we would probably work it up from stage 1 because that makes sense. You're not used to these characters, but it kind of goes to show you like, oh, with that training in the background of your mind, you can always be like, huh, you can just do the training while we fight, right? Nothing's stopping you from getting the necessary information you need to play well, right? Pac-Man, interesting.
Pac-Man.
So, like, nothing's stopping you from just only using fair and going backwards the whole start of the match. Nothing's stopping you from working it in. I've never angled these. Interesting. Yeah, that only hits directly. Yeah, good stuff, Tony, though.
Yeah, hopefully next time we play, my connection isn't so bad.
Do you see us as smooth, or are you choppy even looking at us?
No, spectating is good, but just, I kind of want to play again.
It's really weird, because, like, supposedly, even just spectating if you're leaning would cause issues.
Yeah, it's weird. Spectating was fine, smooth, but it's just like, I don't know, those matches were bad. Well, see you later.
Later, Tony. Okay, so that aerial's crazy. My aerials are really precise. So I'm gonna keep my mobility up. And try to transition into one of these. It does nothing. But I don't care, this is good practice. Ooh, I missed you, wow. Wow. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, that's not the right move. Okay. Oh, that's the right move.
You got killed?
Hit the tip at 150.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, now I'm actually looking at you taking turns. I wasn't doing that before. I was just spamming it. Now I'm like, when he jumps, I jump. It's just better.
Shit.
I'm adapting.
It's not. Trust me. It's the wood. Some of the wood is going.
Shit.
I kicked the jab away. That made me laugh. So, would you like to kill yourself, Simon? No.
Okay.
I neutral air. Cool. I haven't been using it. Cool. Ooh, that's aggressive. That's strong. Down there now is just like, what? I should have waited till you actually jump.
Wait, does your up tilt not hit from the side eye?
Not really. It's no.
It's pretty good.
If you stick out your hand, I can clash it. Yeah, like that.
Okay, yeah.
So I've been getting
Okay.
lucky. So close. I was about to duck. Get my up tilt on. That was pretty good. We were moving and grooving.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I know about Pac-Man that you were just like, oh, discovering. Like, yeah, down there is a kill move. It's kind of crazy. You can fade with it and kind of like it sucks them along, so you don't actually have to hit like right at them and different things like that. I learned some Belmont stuff. I'm like, this kind of movement and whip spamming, it's hard to hit them, but you're not really slowed down that much, right? So I just kept running. Interesting.
Okay. Well, while I'm in waiting, I just got a question.
Yeah.
Well, because Samus players, I've encountered a few that will just like keep dodge rolling.
Mm-hmm.
What are some like options to deal with that?
If you are carefully spacing in front of them, right, they can't dodge roll through you because you're commanding the space.
Okay. And it's mostly been like Samus players and Simon Richter players, just people that want to get away and do
Yeah,
that.
zone.
Okay.
Does not start with fast. I guess I'm using B moves. I didn't even realize it, but you know that's my choice, right? I'm focusing on my A tags. Not the smartest move. That's a slow inhale. It's much slower than Kirby's. forgot DDD has a trap. That's some bad Kirby habits. I have being neutral with Kirby, and that's just like a bad habit. Early trade.
Cheating, Gordo, spitting son of monkey.
Yeah, there's like little bits of DDD labbing that I did for Smash 4 that started to come back. Like weak hit neutral air into up air, and I just couldn't think of it fast enough. Nothing came fast enough. But I can do my daisy training now.
Are we still
Hey!
only doing the aerials?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm using all areas, right? I'm behind Daisy, except for this.
Behind.
All that practice allows me to do some Daisy stuff. Cool. I guess I've never done that out of shield. Can you even do that out of shield? Float out of shield? I should have done it. Yep, no down tilts. That didn't read. Up tilts are nearly impossible to get on these people.
Holy shit.
Nope, no jumps. I'm not shielding at all. That shows you that I'm like not even understanding my own move limitations because I don't put up the shield. The shield stops almost everything in this exercise. And this doesn't do much in this exercise. I'm in trouble. Nope, no jabs. I have too many things on autopilot with this character. I could have. Wow, that meaty up tilt. Starting to learn how to move though. Getcha. Yeah, it's so fast. I'm tired of this rat. No.
Fuck, that was so close.
I can't do anything. My edge guarding. Now you're gonna go over the stage. I'm gonna up tilt you. No! Yeah, and I'm freaking out just from proximity. That's not bad. Yep. Oh, so close to backing up far now. I'm finally learning how to move, anticipating stuff that you're doing. I was just making up jump before. That's not how you play. Now I'm like, oh, okay. We do-si-do. You're from Texas, you know. What a do-si-do is?
No.
It's a dance.
Oh, no wonder.
Swing your
I don't
partner, do-si-do. That's all I know. It's also a cookie.
Never heard of it.
Girl Scout cookies? Do-si-do?
Nope, I don't buy those.
Culture shock for me. Okay, how do I kill this rat? That's not how. Doing bad recoveries is never how you kill a rat. That was difficult, but interesting. Like, I didn't use my shield enough to even understand what your options were. I kept getting hit and just decided not to shield. I'm like, I'll do aerials because other people do it. Yeah, other people know what they're doing.
I'll do one more.
Yeah.
And I'm head out.
Ooh.
Oh, Rob.
Rob aerials. Okay. Now I'm actually thinking about the aerials before the match. I wasn't doing that before. Oh, I'm Yoshi! I thought okay. 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 Here we go. Time to crawl. Yoshi loves throwing out aerials. But so does Rob.
Especially that
Ooh, that was meaty.
one. What was that?
Meaty back air.
I don't think that hits you.
Ooh, no down tilts. Ah, I'm just obsessed with the moves I can't use. So I gotta think outside the box a little bit. That's faster than I thought. Ooh, nice up tilt. Now I'm actually setting traps based on my proximity. I'm like, I'll stand in front of the forward air range and then freaking spot dodge. Then dash out. So now you're starting to get a feel for like, oh, this is why they dodge in and out. They're actually... I can't... Oh, I air dodge off the stage. I'm like, I can't air dodge after that? Oh, I'm bad. Okay.
But something about dashing in.
What about dashing?
You were saying something about dashing in.
Oh yeah, so like I'm thinking all my strategies are becoming a little bit more textured because I'm thinking about my moves holistically. Like, oh, I know that you like the forward air neutral, so I'm gonna spot dodge right there and then do the up tilt immediately and then leave. Then I'm gonna come back because if you respond to my response, then you're gonna be right in the right place, and that's exactly like everything's starting to come together instead of just like, hopefully this hits, hopefully this hits. And then with aerials like that, it's baiting you in. Finally, I'm understanding how. Okay. Oh. Oh, armor. Cool. First time I used that. Oop. I'll just recover it. Parrying is so hard. It was hard before. Oh, cool. It was hard before. Nice. I didn't use a single back air. Oop. There we go. That was supposed to be a pivot up tilt like that. Interesting. I like Yoshi. I've never actually played Yoshi like that. Yeah, your Rob neutral layers were good, and you stopped using them. So I wasn't gonna tell you to use them. I was like, I didn't know how to beat the neutral layers unless I like shielded and aired, which I don't even think hurt to if you shield in time, or parry, and I wasn't too good at it. I tried and I got hit a lot. So like, I was like, okay, I'll just try this weaving in and out, and you kept like attacking, and I felt like all your responses were just like, get away from me, Yoshi, and I'm just like, do 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 do.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay.
Okay, good games, good training.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Matt, you jumping back in, or should I close the room? Matt's kind of gone silent, so I guess I'll just close things down.
Alright.
Alright. Thanks for joining our stream. See you next time.
Alright. See you around, man.
See you.